Life inevitably brings challenges, setbacks, and periods of darkness. How we respond to difficulties defines our character and shapes our path. Marcus Aurelius knew suffering well, yet he sought not to merely endure troubles, but transcend them through wisdom and virtue. In this video, we will explore 12 powerful Stoic lessons from Marcus Aurelius to help you overcome life's worst moments and unlock your highest potential. Applying these timeless principles allows you to face every hardship as an opportunity for growth. Lean into adversity and let it strengthen your resolve. Transform negative emotions into fuel, broaden your perspective and stack your skills. Become adaptable and patient. By integrating Marcus's lessons, you can approach struggles as a rising hero on an epic quest, using each battle to level up your spirit. Now let's dive into these 12 Stoic keys to overcoming life's inevitable challenges. Number 1. Embrace the suck. Life inevitably brings challenges, setbacks, and hardships. How you respond to the difficulties you face defines your character and shapes your path. The average person grumbles and complains when trouble arises, stoically accepting their fate while remaining frustrated and unhappy. But the Stoic sage takes a radically different approach, fully and joyfully embracing adversity. Lean hard into the suck. View your struggles as an epic challenge, a difficult video game level to beat. Each trouble that comes your way is an opportunity to test your mettle and build your resilience. Imagine yourself as the central hero in a mythic quest, facing down ever more powerful villains. With each battle, even in defeat, you gather strength, experience, and new abilities. Marcus Aurelius ruled as Roman emperor during tremendously tumultuous times, yet he had an almost superhuman ability to thrive on hardship. He faced constant crises, wars, rebellions, plagues, political turmoil, but he embraced the suck and emerged from each trial stronger and wiser. Follow Marcus's example. Don't just tolerate challenges, relish them. Let difficulty stoke your inner fire. Attack each problem with tenacity and grit. View rough patches as chances to prove your moxie. The greater the struggle, the more glorious the victory. So stand tall in the storm. As Marcus put it, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. That which does not kill you makes you stronger. Discomfort is inevitable. You choose how it impacts you. Will it make you bitter or better? The choice is yours. Embrace the suck and level up your life. Lean into adversity and unlock untapped potential. Come alive in the struggle. Thrive on challenge. Anything is possible for those who fully embrace. Number 2. Emotional alchemy. Our emotions contain tremendous potential energy, but only if transmuted properly. The undisciplined mind allows negative feelings like anger, fear, and sadness to dominate. But the Stoic sage practices emotional alchemy, transforming toxic emotions into fuel for growth. Consider anger. Most allow this caustic emotion to poison their psyche and drive impulsive reactions. But what if you redirected that energy, using anger as pure motivation? Your indignation becomes a productive force, propelling you to stand against injustice or create meaningful change. Marcus Aurelius was known for his even temper, yet he too felt anger at oppression and hypocrisy. Rather than suppress this, he alchemized it into firm resolve and courageous leadership. Fear too can be transformed. The average person allows worry and anxiety to paralyze them. But the Stoic leverages apprehension differently. They use it to motivate thorough preparation. A pinch of fear sharpens your senses and inspires you to plan for potential pitfalls. Marcus was a consummate pragmatist who made key strategic preparations without ever descending into distress. Even sadness has its purpose. Most dwell in grief and self-pity, but the Stoic uses sorrow as a gateway to compassion. By fully feeling your own pain, you gain understanding of the universality of suffering. This breeds empathy for others and a motivation to help alleviate it. Marcus endured terrible losses, but alchemized the sadness into humanitarian acts. Master the art of emotional alchemy. Turn inner lead into gold. Don't repress what you feel, but rather transform it. Let anger forge bold action, fear breed strategic readiness, and sadness cement compassion. Harness your emotions as fuel for virtue. Number 3. Time travel perspective. When faced with a difficulty, take a mental time machine 10 years into the future. Imagine yourself looking back at this moment with the wisdom of hindsight. What advice and reassurance would your future self offer? This technique allows you to tap into greater perspective and discernment. In the heat of the moment, difficulties often feel overwhelming and permanent. But fast forward a decade, and the same issue likely seems trivial or even beneficial. Think back to something that felt like the end of the world 10 years ago. Chances are you moved past it and hardly remember what the big deal was. Your future self knows how fleeting problems prove to be. They understand how every perceived setback lays the groundwork for growth. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome for 20 years. He was no stranger to crises and anxieties, yet he had the ability to mentally transcend the moment. When faced with war, plague, death of loved ones, political betrayals, he would write letters of advice to himself 10 years in the future, and without fail, his future self would reassure him that all is well and everything happened for good reason. So next time you're in the trenches, mentally, time travel ahead. Channel the perspective and guidance of your wiser future self. See each obstacle as a necessary stepping stone. Maintain faith that you will emerge stronger. Hear the voice of your future self reminding you that this too shall pass. Time travel allows you to tap into a higher level of wisdom, adopt the long view, achieve clarity, patience, and perspective. Let your future self assure you that everything unfolds exactly as it should. Number 4. Skill stacking. Over time, we gather a diverse array of skills from the various challenges and experiences we face, but most fail to recognize the connections between these abilities, missing out on powerful synergies. The Stoic sage artfully stacks skills, combining talents honed in one domain to aid them in another. For example, perhaps you gained rock climbing skills from an intense hobby. Now you face the challenge of career advancement, which feels like scaling a sheer cliff, but you have transferable skills to draw upon. Climbing taught mental focus, goal visualization, belief in advancement one grasp at a time. Stack these talents alongside networking and business education to strategically ascend. Or maybe you mastered patience and flexibility as a parent. Now at work, when friction arises, you blend calm and compassion with executive mediation skills. Become a black belt in conflict resolution by stacking parenting soft skills with leadership acumen. Marcus Aurelius was a master skill stacker. His spiritual studies gave him equanimity, which he merged with military strategy. His training in Stoic logic and debate informed his legislative reforms. He took the creativity honed in his poetry and blended it with pragmatic governance. Take an inventory of your varied talents. Note how strengths built in surprising ways might combine. Dream up innovative applications. Look for complementary skills to produce synergistic results. Skill stacking allows you to transform the challenges of your past into strategic advantages for your future. So blend your powers like a Stoic alchemist and unlock your highest potential. Number 5. Reverse mentoring. As leaders and elders, we often play the role of the mentor, dispensing wisdom to those less experienced. But the Stoic sage remains a lifelong student, opening themselves to education from unexpected sources. Adopting a beginner's mindset allows you to draw insights from the most unlikely of teachers. Consider conversing with a child. Kids see the world through a lens free of preconceived notions. They question fundamentals that adults take for granted, and they interpret things quite literally, cutting through euphemisms and assumptions. Discussions with your own or others' children may reveal game-changing perspectives. You can also seek reverse mentors from entirely different walks of life and cultures. Someone far removed from your domain brings an invaluable outside-the-box point of view. They ask why you do things a certain way and propose alternate paths, stimulating innovation. Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's greatest emperors, made a habit of consulting thinkers from foreign lands and lower classes. He drew inspiration from former slaves, Greek philosophers, and provincial tradespeople. He knew wisdom takes many forms. Remain open to insights from across the spectrum of humanity. Establish reverse mentoring relationships. Ask naive but thoughtful questions. Approach unfamiliar philosophies and cultures with curiosity. Consider how a child, elder, foreigner, or service worker might tackle your dilemmas. The least likely sources often provide the greatest wisdom. Maintain beginner's mind. Number 6. Productive distraction. When faced with a difficult obstacle or decision, taking a complete mental break can spur creative solutions. Stepping away briefly from intense focus opens fresh neural pathways. Engaging in an immersive activity provides productive distraction, allowing original insights to take form. Marcus Aurelius was an avid practitioner of this technique. As Roman emperor, he dealt with complex dilemmas on a daily basis, but he would take regular pauses to distract his mind in thoughtful ways. He kept a journal of personal notes and philosophical meditations, and he had a passion for carving wood figurines and welding metal, losing himself in artisanal craftsmanship. The key is choosing a distraction that engages different parts of your brain. Take up a hands-on hobby like pottery, gardening, cooking, or carpentry, or turn to an intensive mental pursuit like writing, composing music, or learning a language. The immersive focus realigns your perspective and stimulates your creativity. So when you feel stuck pondering the same loop, take a break and shift gears. Give your conscious mind a rest and let your subconscious take over. Not only will you gain relief from stress, you'll likely gain promising new insights. Trust in the power of incubation. Then when you return to the task, you'll have fresh eyes and revitalized motivation. With luck, engaging distraction may provide just the eureka spark you need. Number 7. Gratitude 2.0. The novice gives thanks only for the positives already present in their life. But the Stoic sage goes further, actively creating new things to be grateful for through selfless action. This advanced gratitude practice generates a positive feedback loop, compounding your joy. Simply listing occasional blessings trains you to passively notice silver linings, but envisioning and generating new sources of gratitude makes you an active co-creator of happiness. Look for simple ways you can brighten someone else's day through a kind word, thoughtful gesture, or unsolicited favor. Helping others feeds the soul. Marcus Aurelius devoted his reign to humanitarian projects that improved lives across Rome. Building aqueducts, establishing grain funds for the poor, expanding citizenship rights. He knew joy comes from service. His meditations focus on how simply showing self-restraint and patience can ease the lives of those around you. So be proactive with your positive psychology practice. Don't just wait for gratitude moments to arise. Make it your mission to generate new reasons to be thankful through daily action. Have your mind ever scanning for small ways to spread more joy. With this virtuous cycle of contributing and appreciating, you'll lift the lives of others as you lift your own spirits ever higher. Number 8. Micro-experiments. When tackling a complex issue, avoid trying to determine the perfect solution up front. Instead, take a scientific micro-experimentation approach. Break the challenge down into smaller parts and test iterative changes over time. Imagine you want to improve your nutrition but don't know where to start. Don't attempt a complete diet overhaul at once. Run small mini-experiments. Try replacing dessert with fruit for a week, then swap red meat for fish the following week. Assess the impact of each micro-change before moving to the next variable. This allows for rapid iteration based on real-time feedback. You learn what works for you, refining your strategy through empirical data versus guesswork. Fail small and fast to succeed bigger over time. As a scientist and philosopher, Marcus Aurelius loved running thought experiments in his journals. When confronting war, social unrest, and other dilemmas, he would pose himself hypothetical scenarios to logically test solutions. He treated life itself as a grand experiment, making incremental changes in search of wisdom. Adopt the scientific method in your own life. Break overwhelming goals into minor steps that build over time. Test different versions of habits, routines, and tactics. Keep what works, change what doesn't based on experience. Micro-experimentation lets you optimize efficiently and effectively. Fail small, learn big. Number 9. Adaptability through improv. Life constantly throws unexpected curveballs your way. The inflexible get derailed by change, while the agile roll with the punches. Studying improvisational theatre trains this crucial adaptability muscle. Great improv relies on two key principles: saying yes and to build on new ideas and collaborating without rigid scripts. Likewise, with a Stoic mindset, you say yes to new circumstances and co-create your path forward. When an improv scene takes an unexpected turn, the actors embrace it and create order from the chaos. So too, when life veers off plan, see it as a compelling new subplot, ripe with potential. Lean into the unknown and improvise. Marcus Aurelius was a consummate improviser. As emperor, he awoke each day ready to dynamically lead based on events as they unfolded. He didn't cling to preconceived agendas, but rather adapted to ever-changing conditions. So take an improv class to practice going with the flow. The skills will transfer powerfully to handling life's curveballs with agility. Say yes and, more often, be open to unscripted moments. Loosen attachment to fixed plans. Embrace plot twists and learn to improvise. You'll unlock the creative potential in uncertainty. With an improv mindset, you turn each unexpected twist into a valuable opportunity. Number 10. Sensory mindfulness. Basic mindfulness means focusing your awareness on the present. But the Stoic sage goes further, engaging all 5 senses to create immersive, multi-dimensional awareness. This sensory mindfulness grounds you fully in the here and now, bringing fresh perspectives. Look around and note 5 things you see in vivid detail: cracks in the sidewalk, cloud patterns, tree bark textures. Listen closely and identify 4 distinct sounds: birds chirping, a car passing, your own breath. Feel 3 tangible sensations: a breeze on your skin, shirt fabric on your back, feet on the ground. Smell 2 aromas: fresh cut grass, coffee brewing. Taste 1 flavor: mint gum, a sip of tea. As Roman Emperor, Marcus Aurelius would retreat to his chambers and engage in sensory exercises to calm his mind before important decisions. He tuned out mental chatter by tuning into the vivid sensory world surrounding him. This allowed fresh insights to arise. Practice sensory mindfulness when you feel anxious, stressed, or stuck. As thoughts race, redirect your attention outward through your senses. The richness of the present moment will ground you. The world will come into sharper focus, bringing new clarity. Clear the clutter by simply listening, looking, feeling right where you are. Number 11. Legacy building. When faced with difficult trials, take the long view. How you respond now is but one chapter in the larger story of your life. How do you want to be remembered by future generations? What legacy are you building through your actions today? Imagine your great-grandchildren telling tales of your legendary perseverance and principles. Let this bigger vision spur you to new heights of courage, wisdom, and determination. Rise to meet every obstacle with your best self. Marcus Aurelius constantly framed his rule in the context of passing down enduring values to the next generation of Romans. He was determined to set an example of noble, virtuous leadership, no matter the circumstances, and indeed his meditations have instructed millions since. Write your life story with posterity in mind. View each challenge as a chapter of the legend. Be the heroic protagonist you'd admire in a mythic saga. Allow thoughts of the impact on your descendants, even just hypothetical ones, to strengthen your resolve and lift your eyes to that far horizon. Your current struggle is but one scene in the epic of your days. How will this subplot be told around future campfires? Face every trial with the long view. Let your enduring legacy pull greatness from within. And may the annals of time remember you as one who turned adversity into advantage, fear into courage, anger into wisdom, as one who transformed each brutal storm into a catalyst for achieving their highest self. Number 12. Patience gamification. Implementing lasting change and overcoming major challenges requires immense patience, but our minds crave instant gratification. How can we stick with the long game? Gamify the process to make it more engaging and rewarding. Turn patience into a game, literally. Make a paper chain representing your vision, tearing off a loop each time you practice waiting, persevering, or delaying gratification. Build momentum with mini celebrations for achieving milestone loops. Or use a habit tracking app to visually quantify your patience, awarding yourself points and badges for successes. Chart your progress over time. Unlock new levels and characters as you level up your endurance skill tree. Marcus Aurelius governed Rome patiently for 2 decades. He viewed each day as a new level in the epic quest of wise leadership. Journaling his meditations provided ongoing rewards for staying the course. So treat life's challenges like a video game. Define clear objectives, point systems, characters, and milestones. Make each act of patience satisfying by tracking your incremental wins. Celebrate leveling up your persistence and emotional fortitude. Explore your world with childlike curiosity. Long-term goals will transform into delightful adventures. Patience becomes its own ongoing reward. When faced with hardship, embrace the struggle, transform your emotions into fuel, and broaden your perspective. Skill stack, reverse mentor, distract productively, and actively create gratitude. Micro-experiment, say yes and to life's twists, engage your senses, craft your legacy, and gamify the long journey to make patience rewarding. Integrate these principles into your daily life and approach every challenge as an opportunity to forge your character and write your story. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video on Stoic philosophy enlightening. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more content soon. Your support allows us to continue sharing this timeless wisdom. May you go forward and face life's storms with courage, empathy, and persistence. The obstacles in your path can become catalysts for growth if you approach them with a Stoic mindset. Until next time, may you all find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.